Hello everybody, I want to make a quick video today going over everything that has been confirmed by miHoYo. As you can see on screen, I have a couple of their latest announcements up right now. They have confirmed both the weapon and the character event banners, as well as some more information on the overall events, and information about the equipment that's coming with new weapons. I won't be talking about the new weapons here, as I think they deserve their own video, and I already filmed the video. I probably have to film it again because I realized that no audio recorded for that, so expect that soon. For that video, I'll be going into detail on each of the weapons, what I think of them, who I think they'll be good on, and just covering the general information that is currently out, as well as using Honey again to really talk about what their features are, what their stats are going to look like, and again, yeah, just to say who they're going to be good for. However, there is one piece of information that is confirmed now by using the video clips that are included, and it's that the little ice droplet from this weapon's passive does not deal cryo damage. It does just deal physical damage, which will be important in who you're going to build this on, how you're going to build it. Yeah, I'll talk more about that in those actual videos. For now, let's actually just go over the banners, because I think these banners are really exciting, especially the character banner. I think the character banner is specifically going to be super exciting for people, especially people who came later in the game, who came in patch 1.1, who missed the Facial or Sucrose on the Venti and Klee banners respectively. Albedo's banner is looking amazing when it comes to 4-star specifically. I personally like Albedo so far from everything I've seen. I'll make a separate video for him probably sometime tomorrow before he comes out to really just talk about his abilities, his skills, and how I think he's going to play. But looking at the 4-stars specifically on this banner, all of them are very good, especially very good at higher constellations. Facial, like most people know, the Sucrose characters. Let's go to Facial. Facial, like most people know, is an amazing support. Who gets even better, so much better, in my opinion, at her final constellation. So people who already have a couple of constellations from her, maybe got one early in the Venti banner, maybe got the second one from the event in 1.1. People who already have a couple constellations of her are going to want to consider getting even more, maybe finishing that constellation out, because her constellation 6 is so strong. It increases the duration of Oz's summoning by 2 seconds, and additionally, Oz attacks with the current character, dealing additional 30% of facial attack and electro damage. To really explain this, let's say you had the Luke out. Every time you would do a normal attack, Oz is going to attack as well, outside of his normal attack pattern. So he'll keep attacking normally, but he'll shoot a second blast every time you attack with whatever character you currently have out. Really strong. In my opinion, one of the strongest 4-star Constellation 6s. I was super excited to get this myself. Even early on in my gameplay, in my game, I made sure to pool an extra copy. I didn't even want to wait for the new event, even though I knew the event was coming by the time I pulled my last one. I didn't want to wait for it. I just chose to pull one anyway, just because of how strong that is. I've never regretted that. She's stayed one of the main supports in my team ever since. Next, we have Sucrose. A lot of people say she's a budget Venti. I think that's completely false. I think she stands by herself as a very good character. Especially, again, her constellations are all very strong. Besides her Constellation 4, which can be very strong, but unless you're actually using her to deal normal and charge attacks, it might not actually matter. I personally never have her out on the field to actually do attacks. Her Constellation 4 doesn't come in to play that much. However, her Constellation 1 gives her an additional charge on her E, which is very strong, lets you group up, do a lot of swirl damage. Next, you see her Constellation 2 increase the duration of her ultimate by 2 seconds. This gives you, again, more damage, more CC. Very strong for her character. Synergizes well with everything else. But then her Constellation 6, again, these characters have really good constellations. Her Constellation 6, when your ultimate absorbs an element, all party members gain a 20% elemental damage bonus for that element. So if you have your main carry as Diluc or Klee, you hit them with fire, You hit him with one of your elemental skills, get the fire proc on them, then throw out Sucrose's ultimate. You'll have a 20% damage increase on all of your fire damage from the during the duration. Yeah, for the duration of this. It's a very strong ability. It makes her a very good support. So again, Faisal and Sucrose both have great constellations. And then when we get to Bennett, Bennett is just a great character all around. If you don't have a single Bennett, I would recommend pulling for him. If you have one Bennett, I would recommend getting a second. Bennett's one of the characters I think every last one of his constellations are worth it. So let's actually go through them real quick just to show you what I'm talking about. Bennett's ultimate, when you use his burst, if your character is above 70% health, they get an attack bonus. If they're below, they get healed. When you get his first constellation, sorry, I was looking at his sentence. When you get his first constellation, it doesn't matter what percent health you are, you'll always get the attack bonus, even if you're below that health. So you're always will be getting that bonus attack. Next, his next one is when Bennett's below 70% HP, his energy recharge is increased. That's really strong. Just if you're going to use him as a main healer especially, you're going to want to have his ultimate up as much as possible, and it's not hard to get him hit once. Make sure he's below that threshold, then he'll heal up really quickly once he's able to pop that burst. I think both of his ultimate and his skill are both really good, so having additional levels in that's really good, but his ultimate, again, is much better because of that heal and that attack boost. So 3 extra levels in that is very strong. I know I've been saying a lot of things are very strong for this banner, but I mean it. These are really good 4-star characters to get, really good 4-star characters to have constellations on. Going into the fourth one, this one's more okay. If he's your main DPS, it's kind of cool. If he's not, it's just, this one's the only one that I would say is kind of skip worthy. But the 5th and 6th one are really good. His 6th one you may want to be careful with though. If you currently run him for a melt team with Chung Young and Bennett, this one will ruin that when his ultimate's up, because he'll convert his damage to fire instead of ice. There's a hierarchy of which damage takes priority. Fire is above ice. So so you would actually have fire damage on his normal attacks and his E. And you won't be able to get the ice damage out unless you're his ult is down. So you might want to worry that might change your damage output, which is true. But otherwise, I think there's a great ability, especially for me. I'm building like him around my Diluc. And I'd love to have that pyro conversion with extra pyro damage. It's gonna be really good for a full pyro team, but again, can change how your team works if you're focusing on something else than pyro, like that melt team. Like if you need to prioritize converting his damage to another element, this might not be as good, but I think it's actually really strong for certain teams. And it's all your normal charge attacks now do pyro damage. Also, additionally, it only affects Sword, Claymore, and Polearm users, so that's another important thing to point out. So if you're using like your child in that circle, you're not gonna have to worry about this. Your child's still gonna be doing Hydro damage. But if you are using someone with Bennett with that Chung Young combo, then it might ruin that. Otherwise, it's really strong again. Alright, yeah, so that's all I want to cover for the character banner. Just to summarize, Faisal, Sucrose, and Bennett all are amazing 4-stars in their own right. Constellations just make them better. Each Faisal and Sucrose both have amazing Constellation 6s, where Bennett has a really good Constellation 6 in the right circumstance, but can ruin other things. So you might want to keep that in mind while you're upgrading him. Other than that, this whole banner looks very good. Again, I'll put a separate video out for Albedo in the future to cover what I think about him and if you should be pulling for him specifically, or if you should just pull on this banner in general. Right now, even if you only want to pull once or twice and you're not chasing a 5-star or anything, and you wouldn't mind getting Albedo, I think there's a really good banner to pull on. All the 4-stars are going to be worth having, worth maxing out. So yeah, all right, that's my opinion on that one. Let's quickly go over the weapon banner. Weapon banner, I don't really care for too much. Um, I have the unshaped greatsword for this set. I think it's really good on Diluc, but only because I use him next to Zhongli. And if you're not going for Albedo, I don't think the sword's going to be that necessary, unless, again, you have Zhongli and you want to build shields constantly. Then you could get more out of the sword, but it's not fully necessary. Skyward Atlas, let me actually just look at it real quick. I don't have this weapon, and I know it's just the book version of the other Skyward weapons. But let's see what it does. Increase elemental damage bonus by 12 to 24% based on refinement. That's actually really strong. Its secondary stat is attack, and normal attacks trigger the vacuum. Actually, so I think that's actually really good. Oh, actually, it doesn't trigger vacuum. Chance to earn the favor of the clouds, which actively seek out nearby. That's cool. All right, that's a cool ability. Skyward Atlas is actually pretty good if you're building any of the Catalyst users with full attack. If you have Klee and you weren't able to get the other 5-star book, the Lost Prayers, I think Skyward Atlas can be very good, but again, it is just attack, so you're not going to be able to get that crit rate or the energy recharge you might want on certain Catalyst users. But I think this is a good book in general. I don't see it as a reason to pull on the weapon banner because I don't trust weapon banners really. I've pulled a lot on the weapon banner. I've yet to get a single thing that I actually wanted from it. That's like out of 6 5-stars that I got, none of them were what I was looking for on that banner. On the current banner we have up, I want the Vortex Vanquisher, got the Unforged. I'm actually happy about that in the end, but it wasn't what I wanted. And then I also got the Lost Prayer, and then on the Lost Prayer and Wolf's Gravestone banner, I pulled like 3 5-stars. Only got the Lost Prayer every time. Really disheartening. So yeah, I don't recommend the weapon banner myself. It can be good, but it can also just screw you over because there's no real pity on here. And I think it's a lot better to just go for tangible, controllable rewards like you get off of the character banner. However, the sacrificial weapons are really good, but actually only look like sacrificial fragments. Let's actually go over this in detail. So the Vonia Sword is good on characters that you're going to build a little bit of crit on. You're going to have them do some attacks, but you mainly want their ability up. So this could be really good on Bennett, who is on banner who's going to be on banner with this. The Favonius Greatsword is similar, but for Greatsword users, could be really good for... I can't actually think who would this be good for. Beto could be good for, Zinyan could be good for, Noelle it could be good for. I wouldn't recommend it on your DPS characters, so Chungyang, Diluc, and Razor. I wouldn't use this. I think there's better options, especially there's better free-to-play options with the prototype Aminus. Favonius Lance, I don't recommend this on... Actually, I guess any of the polearm users can use it. Zhongli and Zhangling both can use this. It both, especially since they both can be played in a more supportive role. If they are, the Favonius Lance isn't a bad weapon for them. Next, we have Sacrificial Fragments. I personally really like this on any supportive Catalyst user, as a lot of Catalyst users tend to have long cooldowns on their abilities. Even Klee, even if you're using her as the main DPS, it could be nice to get extra charges, as every one of her little bombs also can benefit from, also can trigger the Sacrificial Fragments ability and give you a bonus use of this. So it actually is pretty good. And I think the best 4-star weapon is the Stringless. I think this is amazing on any archer that you're really focusing using their if you're really focusing on using their skills. So Faishal, really good at having her. If you're playing her as a support, that's really good. Diona, really good. Venti, really really good. And then even on Tartaglia, it can be really good as well, since your Riptide, when in his skill form, is considered skill damage, and your Riptide from your ultimate is also considered skill damage. Again, I don't really recommend weapon banners all too much, because I think they're a little bit of a trap. because it's so unguaranteed to get what you want, no matter how much you go into these banners. There's like stories of people going 15 pities and still only getting one weapon and not the other. That's very disheartening. I personally don't like the weapon banner system. However, yeah, if you really want to, if you are a massive whale, sure, they might be worth it. Otherwise, I would stick with the character banner, which I think every 4-star on here is good. I think Albedo, spoiler for my Albedo video, I think Albedo can be good. He will be a support. I don't expect him to be solo DPS doing crazy damage. People can expect that, especially because one of his most constant DPS abilities are based off of his defensive stat, not attack stat. So he's not really going to be. He's going to be trying to split his build between attack and defense, and won't scale straight with just attack. Which that's kind of leads me to believe that someone's more of a DPS when they easily scale off of one stat, and normally that stat would be attack. Yeah, that's everything I have to say about these two banners. I'm gonna make a couple more videos about just general updates that I expect to be much shorter. Yeah, but these are my general banner overviews. I think they're both good. I think the 4-star weapons can be good, but since there's so many things that you can get, and some of them are just okay, while others are great, I wouldn't recommend summoning on here. But on the character banner, since everything I think is great, I absolutely recommend if you want any of these characters to summon on this banner. This is a good banner. I don't think you'll get disappointed unless you already have someone maxed. Like I already have my Facial maxed, so every time I get Facial, it's not going to be the best moment. But remember, once you have someone at Con 6, every time you get that 4-star again, you do get that summon back because you get 5-star glitter, so you're able to just buy an extra summon to replace the one you got. So it's kind of give and take. Not the best, but still can be very good. Alright, that's everything I want to cover. I hope this information has helped. If you liked anything you heard, please like the video, subscribe to my channel. I have plenty more Genshin Impact content planned out. And that's it. Have a good day. Talk to you next time.